John Montefiore takes out the Golden Mile tonight. Good performance.
Yeah, it went real good, Greg. Yeah, like his run was last week was good, and yeah, I was real pleased tonight. Like he's gone a good time too.
In the 2300 metre race last week, he just couldn't get into it. They just walked.
Yeah, they did. They went like 52 the lead time, and that's you pretty much know you're done. We were down the back, and they went through real slow and got home the last 800 quick. So, but he got home good himself that day, even though he only ran about 6th or something. But he got home in like 52 for himself. So, you know, they don't go much quicker than that getting home the last 800.
So everything's been going well with him at home. You thought he was ready to run a race tonight?
Yeah, you know, I said to Kevin, who owns him, Kevin Jevons, I said, you know, like, we might press on a little bit. We don't have a lot of gate speed, but we'll just press on and see how we go and get up there, and won't go home wondering the night.
You have driven him that way before in the past, especially when, you know, maybe the big gun bow tie's not here. Yeah,
you know, like bow tie, they're special, you know, and but no, he seems to go good if you don't have to burn off the gate and just sort of get there after the first quarter's down, and you can go around and sit outside him, and he can do that sort of work, yeah.
I think he's now won 13 races at Menangle. He just loves the place.
Yeah, no, he's done a good job here, and really this is his track, you know. Like we've tried taking him away to a couple of smaller tracks, but just gets on his knee a bit, and he wants to hang, and he just won't go. He even tries to hang here a little bit the last bit, he tries to get down the track, but he gets away with it, you know.
Smoulder's off to Queensland. There no thoughts about going to Queensland with him?
No, we never really thought about it, because, like, you know, 1,000 metre track up, even though it's a great track, Albion Park, but we know if he gets in on the fence, and he has choked off a couple of times on us, and he just likes the free wheel, you know, so you know, we'll just keep here and just keep chipping away, you know, like all the good ones will be away, so hopefully we can get a bit of money here or there away, like bow tides and Smoulders, and, you know, for a reason he'll, you know, even though that was his first run back tonight, but, you know, he'll step up soon.
What about Better Believe It? That was the first leg of the double. That was a really good drive from Toddy.
Yeah, real good drive. You know, barrier draws helped, you know, like we got into that race really good, and we just want to try and win an MO before stud season. She's going to stud, and Ray and Ann Grubb own her, and they just said, oh, if you could just get past 100 grand with her, which he just did the other week, and but we just love to crack an MO with her and just finish her up, you know.
So she'll be a handy brood mare.
She's nice. Yeah, she's the best delight, and you know, she doesn't have high gate speed or high turn of foot, but she's honest, and big roomy mare. She should throw a nice foal.
Yeah, when the breaks come her way, she's good enough to take them.
Yeah, that's right. She's got to be handy, and she has won a few races like Todd drove it tonight, just sneaking up the fence and that, you know. If they go a bit hard, like round the top corner there, and they really sprint, she just can't sprint with them. She loses a little bit of ground, but she's always whacking away in the straight again.
Well, mate, double at headquarters. Well done tonight.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks.
Paul Noah Saint cracked the $200,000 tonight.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he went good tonight too. You know, it's first run for a while, but he's a lovely little horse, but he did a good job tonight. 2,300
metres. It looks right up his alley, and he was driven a treat by Gavin.
Yeah, he does. People don't think so, but he does like the longer distance, and he's more a stayer than a sprinter now. When he was a young horse, he had a lovely turn of speed, but now he's a bit stronger than quick.
You must have been happy with the way he's been trialling in the lead up to tonight.
Yeah, he has. Especially his first trial was really good, and then his second trial, Gavin, they were going a bit quick, so Gavin just left him in, but he said he felt really good. So yeah, we knew he'd run a good race tonight, but with the great run, yeah, he got the money.
He's an MO, and as I said, won $200,000, so you've placed him extremely well.
Yeah, well, he was a great young horse, he was, you know, and he's had a couple of little issues, but he's a lovely sound horse and a beautiful horse to do him with, but he was a really, really smart juvenile. He's just worked his way through his grades since he's got a bit older, but yeah, look, he loves racing, and he's just been a nice horse.
There's got to be an MO win in him, surely.
Well, I hope so, yeah.
So that's the plan, just pushing through his grades here at Menangle?
Yeah, he will do. Yeah, he'll just go through his grades, and he's had a nice spell. You know, Jeff took him home and gave him a spell, and we spelled him I think it was the end of his 3-year-old career, and he did really poor. But this time he's done really well, and he's just shown the benefit for it.
What about the Breeders' Challenge coming up? You got your eye on anything? Match in Heaven?
Yeah. Well, Match in Heaven is, yeah, of course, yeah. And we've got about four for the Breeders' Challenge. Yeah, but Match in Heaven, he's going really good at the moment. And yeah, it's unfortunately Mark's horse is here, but we're really happy with him. He's got a lovely turn of speed and looks like a nice horse.
He just powers home. His last 2 wins have been super. His win at Newcastle, I can't. The conditions that night and the way that he steamed over the line, that was phenomenal.
Well, it was, and he probably wasn't entitled to win at Newcastle, really. The start he gave him, I know they'd done a bit of work, but yeah, he does. He's a lovely horse to drive, and he's learning. Like, he's only had a few starts, but he's casual at home too, so it's really hard to get a guide on him. But yeah, we're very impressed with him.
Congratulations with the win with Noah Saint tonight.
Okay, thanks, Greg.
Always my mate. Did a good job tonight, Darren?
Yeah, drove him a little different, Greg. I've been leading, going a bit hard, but tonight he was really good.
So is he? Are you teaching him, or is it just another string now he's got to his bow?
He always had speed, but he wasn't very strong, so we trained him to be strong, took a bit of speed away with the big races in mind, and now we're sort of sharpening him up coming into the Breeders' Challenge.
You're going to back him up quick. He's in the heat of the Breeders' Challenge on Tuesday. How will that affect him?
No, I don't think it'll be a problem. He really travelled tonight, and I didn't even whip him in the straight.
So do you think you can get through to the semi-finals? What's your opinion of the horse?
I really like him. We failed last year, but hopefully this year's going to be a better result.
And is he a horse that you think he'll continue to develop, and as a 4-year-old he'll get even stronger?
It's hard to know about the Always the Virgins, but they seem to train on over in America, so fingers crossed.
And what about Tact Haley's Delight tonight? I saw her sneaking home. You didn't get a run until very late, and she hit the line very well.
Yeah, she gets the worst draw every week. So we've got to cope with that, but there's no speed on mid-race, which makes it very hard for her, but she's finishing off great at the moment.
What's the plan? I know there was some talk of America. Is that still on the cards for her?
She's probably a little old, and looking at the breeding of our Waikiki Beach, she's bred exactly like his mother, so we'd be a fool not to breed with her.
This season, or will she continue to race on? How long do you go for?
Not sure, Greg. Just let her tell me. Next few months we'll decide.
What about old Gaius Caesar? What's the story with him?
Oh, we can't get him right, and we can't get a draw, so I don't know what we do there.
Mate, well done with the win tonight.
Thank you.
Brad, Sweet Molly O'Shea, she's back to the top.
Yeah, no, that's back to something like she should be doing, Greg. There was a lot better run tonight, so hopefully she's back on track.
You did say when she resumed that she was going to need a couple of runs.
Yeah, no, she's just a big sort of heavy gross mare, and like she's always going to need a couple of runs, especially coming back into that grade. She's an M3, went from a C2 last time into an M3. She's always going to find it a bit tough, but hopefully she's found her feet now and be off and going away.
You're happy to make the move and sit outside them tonight?
Yeah, well, I didn't think the leader was I was happy to be there because I didn't think he was one of the better horses in the race, and they sort of slackened off and really went into single file. So yeah, I thought I'd rather be there and have a few of the better ones out the back trying to chase her down.
Now, she's only a 4-year-old mare, so what do you do with her? Will you go to Queensland? There's a couple of nice races up there for her.
Yeah, well, if she's going good enough, like if she gets back to what she was sort of doing last time in, it'll definitely be on the cards, but she's not eligible for Breeders' Crown or anything like that, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah, might have to look at doing something like that anyway.
She's getting pretty hard to place now. She keeps winning these races. She keeps flying up in the grades.
And that's it. There's nowhere to sort of hide her anywhere now, like being an M4, and I think she's C8 now, so yeah, it'd be hard now.
And what about Tullo? What happened there? What happened with Tullo?
Yeah, no, just a tricky little horse. Like, I had a few problems with him even at home and that, but yeah, just ran into a bit of trouble there tonight, and yeah, look for a race somewhere next week.
The owner, well, one of the owners, Jared Croker's made his way to Menangle after playing this afternoon. He'd be pretty disappointed.
Yeah, no, there'll be plenty more of that to come anyway. It's joy and plenty more of that, so you have to get used to it.
Mate, congratulations with the win with Sweet Molly O'Shea.
Thanks, Hazy.